Hello! Welcome to the world of Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. For the purposes of this guide, I'll be giving you a few quick tips to optimize your account with what the game gives you for free. The story starts off in Season 1. For the optimal free rewards, you'll want to reach the land of Dornado and clear Kolobos Isle. Once you complete that, you'll have unlocked the time travel mode to Season 4 and clear the prerequisites to get a free Neo Vision Rain and Savior of Souls Lightning from the Rookie Panel quest. Most of the other quests that aren't related to the story are pretty self-explanatory, but if you really don't understand one of the missions, you can check out the wiki for a more detailed explanation. I've heard adding friends is one of the most challenging missions, so feel free to head to this video where I complain about that and you might be able to add someone. Now, let's skip right ahead to Season 4. Doing so may contain story spoilers for the previous seasons, but don't worry, you're a beginner. You'll probably still be wondering why the art style suddenly changed. Either way, advance in the story to get Runda, an amazing free tank whose free cost pretty much trivializes the need to get another physical tank for the foreseeable future. Advancing in Season 4 also gives a bunch of cool free items, like extra materials to awaken Neo Vision Rain, and the Obsidian Bracer, which automatically lowers the enemy's stats and elemental resistance before every fight. Free tickets! On the first day of playing, you'll get the beginner's 5-star select ticket. You can exchange it for one of several 5-star units. Personally, I'd recommend Elena as she can pair well with Rain and her eventual Neo Vision Awakened form has some powerful tools. Some units get exceptionally better with Neo Vision Awakenings, and a general rule of thumb for damage dealers is later is better, but overall I think Elena would be one of the better choices. What about the regular 5-star select tickets? This would really depend on your current roster. Personally, I'd recommend Sylvie for a strong general supporter, or Seeker or Freedom Bond if you want a stronger general debuffer. When it comes to aspects like damage, any featured Neo Vision unit would generally be a far stronger pick than anyone on this list. There are standout Neo Vision Awakened units like Star Player Tidus or Lone Lion Squall, but again, general rule of thumb is later is better. Except for when it's not, of course. Now, how to improve at the game? Final Fantasy Brave Exvius gets pretty deep. There are ways to increase your damage with the various types of bonuses, taking advantage of elemental weakness, amplifying elemental damage through support units, or strengthening damage against certain enemy types through killers. And depending on the type of your attack, you may want specific damage boosts to help that as well. Weapon variance also plays a significant role in determining damage output, and often a big damage variance bonus can make the difference between a victory or a loss. You'll unlock ways to optimize these bonuses as you get more units and progress through the game. The one helpful thing I suggest is trekking through the rest of story mode to unlock the rest of the espers. Of course, there are a lot of other things you could be doing too. Depending on when you're watching this video, there may be some kind of limited event going on at the moment. Final Fantasy Brave Exvius almost never reruns its special events, so completing those is a good way to get extra rewards and prizes before they're gone. Speaking of limited time, the special shop also changes periodically, though not as often as special events. Personally, as a free-to-play, I've never touched this one, but the second one is kind of neat for units I like. The third one is Lapis, so I don't use this one either, but the fourth one gives you an abundance of materials you might be interested in. The fragments are used to awaken the given Neo Vision Awakened unit to higher levels. The pearls are used for the same thing but are required for every unit. And the relics are used to create Esper ore, which is useful when you're at the stage to work on Espers. The Clash of Wills feature powerful equipment, but getting to the later stages fast often requires heavy-hitting teams, and that's endgame content. Mystery Crystals, I made a video on that. The Obnoxious Drops is also related to Clash of Wills. This one I'm not actually sure where you get these. And lastly, the Go Shop is great for purchasing materials directly without trying to figure out how to farm them. Of course, you do need Gil to purchase these, and as a beginner, you might be short on that. You can go to the Enhancement Chamber in the Vortex for quests that can give you access to some materials, and I think they'll be super useful for getting ahead at the start. Of course, depending on whatever limited event is going on, you could just do those for materials too. Ultimately, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius is a very big game, and there's a lot more to do. You can rush Arena for the Participation Lapis Awards, do expeditions for whatever those give you, play the quest to enjoy the game, and maybe even summon from whichever featured banner catches your eye. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, leave a like and subscribe. Hopefully this quick guide gives you a better idea on the abundance of materials you no doubt have on hand, and a better understanding of what you should do first. Personally, I recommend favoriting Rizer because he's the best character in the game.